Okay, welcome back to Nick Lenz Comic Corner Classic, Less Known Classics. This is episode number 26, 43, and episode 25, 27, 37, excuse me. So, we have two characters who are founding members of Justice League. First up we have is Aquaman Kingdom Lost. And this is a fairly recently released trade. Yes. Came out just 2017, but this is like a new printing of it. The issues themselves were released from 2005 to 2006. This collects Aquaman, Volume 6, issues 30-39. This is kind of really the end of the volume. This one gets retitled to be King of Atlantis for next issue. We have several stuff happen in this. We have many stuff happen in this book. So, we see Aquaman's son in this book, Kornak, I think his name is. And Luna, I think her name is the new Aqua Girl. She's like, son. And Mira's like, yeah, he's got more than one kid. Because from what I've read, his mom was an Eskimo woman that Aquaman briefly met back in the 80s when he was separate from Mira. So apparently they had a 1 out of 10 together, and this is where the kid comes from. And yeah, Aquaman's got this son. Yep. And we also have stuff related with the Spectre gets that. So he also is with this relation with this woman, this blonde hair woman, which he has to roughly cut up because Mira comes back in the picture. Now, they do bring in the book here about what happened in the opening issues of this book where he was banished from Atlantis because of politics. Actually, it was explained in the Odyssey story arc in the pages of JLA by Kurt Busiek. Also, Black Manta can breathe in the water. Oh, by the way, we have the writing here done by John Arcani, which I'm going to get into a book by him soon. Yeah, basically he's doing a bunch of a book. Artwork by Leonard Kirk, Andy Clarkey, Patrick Leeson, Christian Almy, and Freddie Williams II. The cover art here, this cover right here, that is done by Patrick Leeson and Christian Almy. Yeah, and by the way, Aquaman is headquartered out of Sub Diego. Yeah, it was a portion of San Diego that he just moved to that was underwater and people survived, become water breathers. And the way the artwork is here is weird. It's like, Aquaman is so old, it's like he's on steroids. He fights basically these various people. They also guess Black Manta's here in this book too, along with Garth, aka Tempest. There's also frequent talks of him taking the throne. By the way, the new Aqua Girl, Aquaman sees her just as a friend. He does not have a romantic desire for her. She's more interested in his son than he is him. And then at the end of issue 32, it's like, oh, he makes out the blonde woman, and then very next issue, he reunites with Mira. Yeah. Who apparently can breathe air. Yes. There's stuff here with Tempest as well. There's even a flashback to... One thing I don't like, though, this is with issue number... what issue is this one? This is Leonard Kirk's artwork for issue... I think this is like 34. Like, what the heck is up with the artwork? I don't mind Leonard Kirk's artwork. But why didn't they make Mira usually very beautiful? Why make her look older? Aquaman looks perfectly fine. It's just that Mira looks much older than she's supposed to be. Here, she looks like she's in her 60s. Like, the face thing. Also thinking Black... Also, I thought it was Black Manta. Nope, he's thinking freaking Omax. You're thinking, what the heck is going on here? Well, we're basically into the tie-in for Infinite Crisis. Yep, and it's not the only thing going on here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Black Manta can breathe the water in here. Yeah, then the Spectre starts going nuts and starts basically... He practically destroys Atlantis in this run. Yeah, he destroys Atlantis. So you could say Aquaman's the king of nothing. He doesn't have kingdom anymore. Yeah. Anybody thinking, why is the Spectre going nuts? Like, who's the host this period of time? Nobody. Because prior to this, it was Hal Jordan. You know... The guy who basically Jeff Johns loved so much, he took the position of the main Green Lantern away from Kyle Rayner and gave it back to Hal Jordan. First time since the 90s. And he was the Spectre for a few years. And Then he just abandoned him. It's only after Infinite Crisis he takes up Christmas Allen as his new host, and that remains his host up until Flashpoint. And after Flashpoint, it's back being Jim Corrigan again. If you're curious, though, Jim Corrigan gave up the mantle of Spectre in the 1990s at the end of John Ostrander and Tom Mandrake's run for Spectre, which is a very beautiful ending. With this awesome scene of Tempest fighting the Spectre. I'm like, this is awesome. You have Aquaman facing these giant sea creatures. It's a lot of really awesome stuff here. And sadly put, basically, he kills various people, including Vanko, his longtime advisor, including Aquaman's own son, who for some reason, he is very sad, but he's not, like, angry at the fact that his own son got murdered by the Spectre. Yeah, there's also flashbacks when Aquaman became when Garth became a parent. It's a very nice ending it's a very somber ending to this run. Then he puts on his glove for one last battle, fights Black Manta underwater, and that's kind of it here. And Aquaman just sits there with the new Aqua Girl, who's a very beautiful woman, by the way. Yes. And that's kind of, in a way, ended this run. And then 1 year later happens, and Aquaman disappears. Yeah, it's never really revealed exactly what happened to him. At some point, he died. He was just revealed in the start of Blackest Night, where he died. How did he die? Don't know. It was weird. Like, you read this like, okay, so he's gonna basically have a happy ending, and then very next issue was Aquaman Sword of Atlantis, I'll read it in their comic corner when I get a chance to do it, but it's like, okay, so it becomes Sword of Atlantis, and he's not the main star of the book anymore. It's now Arthur Joseph Curry, and I've read it's been suggested this is another son of Aquaman. So he's got 3 sons. That's going to be interesting when we discuss that one when we discuss in our comic corner. That's going to be very interesting for that one. But yeah, this basically finishes up the Sub Diego saga, which has been going to books since issue 15. Yes. You're thinking, why are you at the end of the saga? Well, I didn't have the air trades. That's not much gist of it. Yeah, Aquaman, well, for some reason puts on gloves back toward the end of these issues. Basically got to be gloveless for a long time. Now it puts on gloves, which is interesting. Alright, I'm going to give the book roughly I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. I thought the book was a lot of fun. So, next up we have is Wonder Woman in the 50s. Yep. This book collects various Wonder Woman stories written by Robert Kniger and John Broome, art by Henry G. Peter, Ross Audrew, Frank Godita, and Arthur Pandy. J.D. Fingerson does this wonderful cover art here. This book collects stories from All-Star Comics 56, 57. 57 actually was the final issue of this book, released for over 20 years until the 1970s. Sage Comics 97, 100, Wonder Woman, and there's a lot of issues of Wonder Woman. Here we go. 45, 50, 60, 66, 72, 76, 80, 90, 94, 95, 90 to 105, 107, 108, along with Wonder Woman 50. It's basically a lot of, like, various different stories that came out in the 50s, and it's all published out of order. Here's how they publish in this book, right here. Okay, so they have 145, 105, 107, 50, 66, 72, 80, 95. Then they had 2 All-Star Comic issues, 94, 98, 100, 97 of Sage Comics, and 100 of Sage Comics. Wonder Woman 90. They published 90 twice. No. 60, 76, 99, 100 for Wonder Woman, which this is I think is another story for that book. Yeah, basically I think we published both stories in that one. Undersea 101, 103, and 108. Oh yeah, and there's basically I do appreciate this editor's note here. It says, These comics were at a time were produced in a time where racism played a large role in society, pop culture, both consciously and unconsciously. They're presented here without alteration for historical reference. These are accurate as possible for efforts to determine creators' identities. However, sources, the process not perfect, and result some attributions were completely wrongly assigned. I do appreciate them basically put this in here because it's better than, I don't know, editing stuff out because it's too racist. And pointing out the stuff in here is racist, which, yes. And I do appreciate DC Comics doing that. Let me take a look at something here for one issue here. Because a lot of these ones are like multi-issue stories. Yeah, in the case 1 in 100, yep. Basically, this book collects the whole thing for this one. So, you know, Station Comics is basically like one story. How about Wonder Woman 45? Is it like the whole thing, or is it just one story from this book? Wonder Woman 45, It collects the opening story. So for 45, it's one story. How about 50? Yeah, a lot of these ones probably just one story. Let's see. What about 105? Oop. $105. Just the opening story. It's like basically like one story each. The other one you could definitely say that they do collect it. It's like for 45, 107, 105, 107, it's mini origin Wonder Woman. 50, 66, 72, 80, 95 is the Fashion Army equipment list. One of the team. 56, 57, 94. Seeing double. This one will see like two of the version herself in 90, 100. Walker 95, Careers 101, 97, 190. Trials 160, 76, 99, 100, 101, 103, 108. But that's kind of in the way what they have in here. Just various stories. Just really good stuff here. I do like it. Yep. I'm going to give the books a 9 out of 10. But, like I said before, the only issue you can definitely say the whole thing is here is 100. That's the only one. Everything else is just stories. Not the whole thing, just stories. Like a lot of these ones, it's just the opening story of the book. Yeah. But that's going to be pretty much it for particular view. Discuss here because So, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and do not hit the dislike button. So tomorrow, hopefully, a good chance to see some anime reviews tomorrow. Okay, next video. Bye.